So I'm buzzing to get the show on the road. So we're 12 and a half weeks out, ultimately.
Okay, 5th of July 2024, 12.5 weeks out from my first show, and yeah, feeling good. Just had cardio wrapped up now, sitting just below 90 kilograms after a 2-month health phase, but things are going to start to take shape now. So as I said, 12 and a half weeks out, there's been a change in the camp, I guess you could say. New coach now to be overseeing my prep is going to be Ben Bray. You'll all know who he is, known each other for a long time, and we did speak about him potentially overseeing my prep, but obviously he went to compete, so we decided it wasn't the best time. But now that he's finished the season, mine's beginning, it's time for him to take the reins. So that's it, 25 minutes just wrapped up on the bike, well 30 minutes because I had to get my heart rate up, 250 calories burnt, 12.5 weeks out, let's go. So video today is going to be just a general sort of overlook on how prep's looking so far. At the start point, just going to be taking you along, showing food, training, and what I get up to in general. But this is where the prep series begins, so stick along. Alright, so meal one is very protein based. Got 280 grams of egg whites and 2 whole eggs as well. Something that's changed in since starting prep is protein has gone up very high. It's currently at 235 grams on a training day, and the reason for that is very simple. It's more satiating, and it's just going to help me to preserve muscle as I'm starting to have a lot more output from cardio. We're going to start to really push for fat loss as well, so higher protein now. So what we've got here is 280 grams of egg whites, which is quite a lot, and 2 whole eggs. As I move further into prep, I think I'm going to make the whole eggs as fried eggs, but for now I just make an omelette. Okay, so we're going to do 100 grams of peppers in there as well. Okay, so just seasoning my eggs, and as you'll see, I'm taking the salt from a little Tupperware. That's because I'm weighing my salt out now, basically. So this is where we're at now in prep. 6 grams of salt a day, weigh it out in the morning. The reason for that is because when we're going to be peaking the physique, we're going to be playing with sodium, so it's important to know what my sodium has been at for the past few weeks, so that we can then alternate and change it up accordingly, rather than just kind of guessing. So 6 grams of salt a day. So whereas appetite 12 and a half weeks out, it's in a good spot. I'd say rest days I notice a bit more hunger, but training days I've got quite a bit of food at my disposal, so it's not too bad at the moment. I do know so cardio's just been put up. I was only doing two lots of 30 minutes a week. I've now got 5 lots of 25 minutes a week, so output's going to be higher, steps are going to be high, training intensity is going to be high as well, so obviously my appetite is going to increase eventually. So I'll feed back on that in a few episodes time, but for now it's good, so happy. Alright, start getting steps now. As I said, 10,000 at the moment, so it's probably the easiest place in the world to get steps, because places like this, you've just got the whole walkway, just out and about. Probably the nicest place in the world to get steps for me. So yeah, just getting a few now, and we're gonna get a coffee. Alright, just wrapped up around 5k steps. Now some black coffees, and then back home to have meal 2 and then train or push today. So yeah, nice place for it. 2. So it's a little bit ugly, I'm not going to show it, but 90 grams of couscous, 150 cooked chicken, or 200 raw, and we've got 100 gram of veg in there as well. Nice and basic. Okay, just pulled up to the gym now. Got pushed today, as I said. This is going to be the chest dominant. There's a little bit of shoulders in there. I actually start off with shoulders, but it's a new split, new rotation that I'm starting this week. So yeah, I'm going to get into it now. I'm just going to literally film clips of the session itself. So let's get in there. Oh, new gym as well. So let's get in there and get it done. All right, so into the training segment, I'm going to run you through a bit of just a general update on my training and nutrition at the end as well, and my output. But first of all, obviously, after a good look over my physique, we've decided to prioritize a little bit more of a men's physique split, just in terms of the proportions that I've got and areas to bring up. So obviously the chest being a very, very important part with that frontal shot has high priority. The delts also have high priority. Just because of obviously the 3D look and the width to the physique, and then arms as well going to be a high priority. I've always thought that my arms are decent, but as I mentioned in a previous video, you know, having hands on the hips or one hand on the hip, it does sort of, you could say, make the arm look a bit smaller, just in terms of how you're carrying them. So high priority on the arms, and then midsection as well is going to be high. So my abs aren't fully visible as they usually are. I like to think I've got a very good set of abs in terms of the symmetry and the way that they show. So these still have high priority. I'm including these at the beginning of my sessions, just to improve mind to muscle connection and overall improve the stability through my core as well for the movements. Then into the lower lats, these have medium priority. My lower lats have got good density, and they've definitely built up over the past off season that I've gone through. So bit less priority here, as well as the upper back and traps, as these are pretty developed areas of my physique. So how is my split set out? So we've got push and delts on the Monday. Then we've got pull, which is going to be a mid-back bias. And then we're going to have a rest day, and then back into push and a back top up. So essentially it's just a push day with a lat pull down at the end of it. And then we're on to legs, which will be quads and hamstrings. A bit of a lower volume leg day on here, just to kind of prioritize my upper body so I'm not absolutely battered. My legs are pretty developed and I'm happy with them, so as long as we keep that ticking over, that's fine. And then another pull day, which will be lat bias and some delts at the end of the session as well. So volume is obviously high on the pecs, as you can tell, on the delts and the back as well, but obviously spaced out in different ways to ensure that we are bringing up the areas that we need to. So as I said, abs at the beginning of the sessions is going to help with overall stability. And then in terms of my output at the moment, relatively, you could say relatively reserved. Steps are at 10,000 on a training day and on a non-training day every single day. And then my cardio has been escalated a little bit. As I said at the beginning of the video, I was doing 2 sessions of 30 minutes of cardio, and now I'm up to 5 days a week, 25 minutes. I do that fasted. After I've got around 4,000 steps, just to start the day well. So routine at the moment is obviously to the minute. Everything needs to be absolutely dialed in order to ensure that, you know, everything gets done. You need to imagine if I'm trying to get a full day's work done, but I've also got 10,000 steps and I've also got a block of cardio to do, and I've got to train, you know, meal prep, etc. Everything needs to be scheduled in line with that. So I'm getting up around 6:20, 6:30, and then obviously I'm straight into steps. And then when I get back, I have my coffee, my electrolytes, and then we get the cardio done as well to start the day. And then I'm into a block of work before then having my first meal, into another block of work, having my second meal, my pre-workout, and then to the gym. So essentially pretty much everything is done early on in the day, which is how I like to do it, as towards the end of the day I start to get a little bit more tired, more fatigued. So yeah, really happy with everything. Happy with how the journey started. The progress is very, very good at the minute. I'm dropping scale weight quite rapidly, and now as we start to escalate things further into this prep, I do expect scale weight to go up a little bit more, and then be in the perfect spot. So I'm going to leave you now with a physique update post-workout of how I'm currently looking. So hope you enjoyed the session. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. the time is 6 p.m. Just back from the gym now. I'm gonna have my post-workout, which thankfully is 100 grams of cereal. So it is Cocoa Pops on the plan, but these are the same macros, literally the same macros. So Choco Days it is. I'm not gonna bore everyone. You all know why we have cereal post-workout. If you're on this channel, you know why. It's to replenish glycogen stores, spike blood sugar post-workout. Yeah. 100 grams we got. So another common misconception that I see as well is a lot of people have the whole anabolic window idea. Now you need to understand, especially protein after the training, you know, the anabolic window is something that's been created by supplement companies to sell protein. They say you must have a protein shake post-workout. Now I'll go back to what I was saying, where if you follow this channel, I'm sure you're not one of those people who thinks that, but if you do, then it's a myth. Okay, there's no need to have protein straight after your workout. Likewise, there's no need to smash 100 grams of cereal 5 minutes after you've trained. You essentially, you need to let your heart rate rest first. You need to get back to normal. If your heart rate is elevated and you're eating straight after your session, you're going to get indigestion. So your body's going to be in a stressful state, so it's not going to digest the food properly. And 300 ml of almond milk. This is obviously 0 sugars and 0 sweeteners as well. Small spoon. Last longer. Alright, so the final bit of the day, I didn't film my actual dinner because this is not a full day of eating. That will be the next video. I'm going to do a full breakdown of everything I'm eating meal by meal, which seems to be the videos that people enjoy watching. But I'm going to show you now the second part of my final meal, which is the dessert, which I'm sure everyone has seen, the Ninja Creamy, basically the ice cream maker. So, I've shown it in a video already. But anyway, this one is a bit different. Obviously, last time you saw me do the Oreos, you know, the vanilla ice cream, which is when I was on the bulk. This is a bit different. So for this, we simply got, if I just show, one of these here. It's basically a protein shake. Get this from my local shop. So yeah, 26 grams of protein. I just put that into the container. I then add a splash of vanilla soy milk for some flavour, 0 sugar. It has got sweetness, I believe, but it's not that bad. Just to kind of make it a bit less rich, and then we put it into the Ninja Creamy. So, a lifesaver in prep, because the volume that you get for the calories is crazy. So, as you can see, for not many calories or anything, that's come out very thick, literally like ice cream. A bunch of protein in there. I'm actually gonna I checked my macros. I've still got some carbs and fats to finish off because I've got dark chocolate in this meal, but I've not used it. So we've got these biscuits here. They're basically just oat biscuits, so they're really not that bad. But my macros allow for 4 of these. So what I'm going to do is use the next setting. Actually, you've seen me do this as well with the Oreos. But I'm basically going to crunch some biscuits into here and then press the extras setting on there. And it should mix the biscuits in nicely. I'm not that far into prep now. Like, I still get quite particular with things. If they don't taste amazing, then it's, you know. Whereas in prep, that could literally be blended ice and I'd enjoy it. Alright, sat down with my Ninja Creamy, there you can see it, but I'm gonna let that rest for a second. And I wanted to just talk around, you know, thoughts and everything heading into what this, you know, this journey is. And it's something that I touched on my Instagram, be a couple months ago now. I basically did a post. So yeah, I didn't share it on YouTube. I shared it on Instagram. I did a post saying how I decided to not compete anymore. I said I didn't think I was big enough. I didn't think I would be competitive enough, because entering this goal of competing, I want to do well. I want to win. I don't simply want to do it for a picture and tell everyone I competed, and you know, the reality is I'm stood on the sidelines watching guys in first call outs getting top fives, etc. That's not what I wanted. So I had a bit of a moment where I thought, right, maybe I'm not big enough, maybe I've not had a long enough off season. But the reality was a scale weight of 96 kilos was set in order for me to have added enough tissue to be competitive. That scale weight goal was hit. It was hit in the time frame that was set. It was hit at a time that left me a perfect amount of time to start prep and be in good shape. So after some thinking, I made this announcement when I was away on holiday, just taking a week break. And then after reflecting a little bit, I thought, hang on, everything's been nailed. Why am I not going to compete? So then changed my mind, decided to compete. So I'm obviously digressing a little bit, but my point is, I constantly have sort of self-doubt. And again, I did another post on Instagram regarding this, but when setting a big goal and when wanting to be a high achiever or setting the bar high, it's very, very common to have self-doubt and think that you're behind and you're not where you should be. And while it can be a good thing and a bad thing, it's a good thing because it's a trait that I've had for many years, and I believe it's what's got me to where I am today in life. When I was working an office job I hated, and I thought I was behind, people told me it's fine, you're doing well. I didn't think that. I wanted to work hard, and that's why I'm here today. But it can be a bad thing, and of course with this goal as well of competing, it can be a good thing because it's going to push me to be the best on stage. But it can also be a bad thing because, as I said, self-doubt comes in, and it can really push you to a point where you start to think maybe you're not good enough, maybe I'm just going to throw the towel in, maybe I'll just quit and I'll do it another time. But it's important to find that balance between, right, have it there to keep pushing you, but also don't let it demoralize you to the point that you just quit. Competition dates have been set. I'm not going to disclose the competitions that I'm doing because they're not fully confirmed yet, which ones I'm going to be doing, but pretty much confirmed that it's going to be the end of September, so it'll be the final weekend of September. I believe it's the 24th, will be my first show. That will then dictate what I do after that, whether I do another show in 2 weeks' time for a pro qualifier, etc. That obviously is to be confirmed. What is confirmed is the first show is going to be end of September. I've not decided which one yet. Obviously, once we've selected the show, I'll probably disclose it. But end of September is the date. Currently 12 and a half weeks out. So yeah, just wanted to share that. If anyone on the same journey, whether it be in fitness, whether it be in life in general, kind of experiences that, it can oftentimes be a good thing. Make sure you use it to your advantage though, and you don't let it pull you back and sort of make you quit. But yeah, that's gonna wrap that video up. Hope you enjoyed. As I said, the next video is gonna be a full day of eating, more than likely. But yeah, this is it. Prep series episode 1 wrapped up. Stay tuned for episode 2. If you like the video, please leave a like, appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. It's going to be an exciting journey for sure. But anyway, I'm going to enjoy this now.